Hello, everybody. I am May.
That is a Airwick. Smells lovely. This is Mayday.
I am May.
I am Day, and this is Mayday Training. Back with another video.
Hi.
What are we talking about
How
today?
are y'all? Really? How are you?
Heck.
DM me. Let me know. We're back with another topic video. Day thought it would be a great idea to talk about what it's like. Really? This is what it looks like when you're detrained and you just don't know what to do. So that's what we're going to talk about. Detrained individuals, how to get into a regimen again. I will let him kick it off.
So a very real life circumstance. I am suffering through the bout of coming back into an intense program that is physically demanding and requiring me to go out of my comfort zone. And it kind of hurts, and it doesn't feel overall the best. And it is bringing to light some of the pains of individuals who have not worked out at all, or who were previous athletes or trained somewhat consistently, and then there was a huge break. And they came back, and it was like, oh man, this doesn't feel the same. So that was the inspiration for today's video topic.
It's pretty legit. We sometimes will look at people when we're sufficiently trained, and I say we as in like professional or personal trainers, when you're in a position to be proficient and have your consistency, and there's really not a whole lot coming against you, you tend to look at other people like it's not that hard. Oh, I hear the excuses, your lifestyle, yada yada yada. He's pretty much seen firsthand that a lot of the quote-unquote excuses are excuses regardless, but it is not.
They come from real places.
The easiest, yeah. It's not the easiest to let me just rearrange my schedule around my training every single day, every single week and month, and like make sure I reach my goals. Like, there are real life circumstances that happen, but when the opportunity presents itself, when you grab a hold of the opportunity and you are able to start training consistently again, what is that like? What is that gonna feel like? How is that on your body? How does that take a toll on your mind, your emotions? What are the experiences that you're having? Is it that you're just gonna jump into it and be like, yeah, I'm so excited, or are you going through a series of like now emotions because now you're finding out that those areas where you've always been so strong, you're now having to start over again, you're weaker. Is it taking a toll on you mentally because now you're thinking about why you're in this position? Emotionally, because it does suck when you used to train a certain way and now you're building up to that again. Like, how is it on your emotions? So how is that affecting your overall performance when you're training again?
I'd say this, y'all. Day checking in. Again, I should put like a news place. Like, it's funny. In all seriousness, yes, I wanted to give our viewers some practical things to keep in mind in this, what seemingly feels like an upward battle. One of these major things being setting your mind to it. Life doesn't stop for anyone. You're going to have things that get in your way, irrespective of if you're doing something or if you aren't. It's just a little bit more noticeable when you set out on a new task or journey. The things that would still come at you in life just seem a little bit more apparent. That being the case, you need to set your mind and fix it on what you're setting out to do. This goes for me as a whole as well. In doing something difficult, training specifically, you need to set up a schedule and prioritize. That's our big word, prioritize. Where is it on your priority list? Is it something that if something gets in the way, that it can fall to the wayside, it's not as important? Or is this truly a priority for you? Do you want to accomplish this task and see it through fruition, irrespective of what may come up? So that would be tip number one. Set a priority list, what's most important to you. If there is a point that you're wishing to achieve, a goal in and of itself, put it high on that list, and figure out a solution to fix the time constraints, the inconsistencies to get to what you need to do, even if it's not the most convenient.
Priorities. Sometimes what we've found out is because of our priorities, it's something that we never thought we would say, but fitness is important. There are times where other things take precedence and those need to get taken care of first if you want to be effective once you're training. That's what we've been finding out. Our daughter's 1.5 years now, so in some eyes it's like, oh, that's plenty of time. I'll look at moms who are like, their kid is like 4 and 5 and they're like, yeah, I just want to get rid of this baby weight. Like, bro, your kid is no longer a baby. You've had 5 years to do something. Now that I'm walking through it as a trainer, mind you, these are people I'm looking at who may not have like the knowledge or the like drive. I have that, and it's still been a challenge for me. Now there are actually plenty of women out there who I don't know, their lifestyle just allows for them to go to Acapulco 8 weeks after their baby is born and go have a drink and lay out on like, my lifestyle did not allow for that. Like, just didn't. So prioritizing, like, you want to get into fitness, so then you really need to find out like what is stopping me, and that requires some serious inventory of yourself, not other people, not your partner, not your children, not like the external, like internally, like what is stressing me, what is the things that's keeping me from this. Get those things in order. It's like, how bad do you want this? If in order for me to train consistently, all of these things need to be in order, well, we're gung-ho for all of these things because I want to get back to training. I want to be in this position. I want to be fully functioning. Because if you've ever tried to train, like, stressed,
It's not effective.
It's ineffective. You're going to be upset the whole time. Like, you may as well just not even work out. Like, I know you've heard people like, any amount of workout is better than nothing. Sometimes, like, take that day off, like, get your house in order, get your life in order, because you're gonna it's almost like you'll be wasting time training, and then you're not gonna see the results that you were trying to get anyway, and it's gonna be this cycle of frustration. So if you're behind a little bit, like me, I'm building up to like my weight again, and it's almost like starting over, but you'll be able to go through the process without rushing, because now you're not like, oh, I gotta lose too many pounds in 35 days. It's like, okay, I can take my time again. Not like take your time, but what's the word I'm looking for? Like,
More so ease into it, and that makes a very excellent segue for our next point. Don't rush the process, as in, if you were at a certain point, do not base your metrics of your training on those previous standpoints. Base it on where you are at currently. Oh, this is such a big one, especially for those who like to throw up weight or train hard or very intense. I am one of those individuals. I am one of the people who likes to put weight on a bar and lift it and feel good about it and just do something that's hard and strenuous. If you are detrained or you are getting into it, you cannot, and I repeat, cannot be influenced by previous metrics or those you see around you. You need to base your training off of where you are at currently. Get your numbers, get your standpoints, know what you can physically do without injuring yourself and what is capable for you with good form, technique, and precision, and build from there. Not your old standpoints. Because if you do, you will break your body, and I am living proof.
not just your body. You're gonna put yourself in this emotional cycle. Like, you don't do that. Like, emotions are such a huge factor when you're training. You want to be able to put them in the right place. So, piggybacking off of that, checking your metrics. You also are going to need confidence. A lot of times we train to build confidence, or we train from confidence. A lot of times it's better to train from confidence. Because if you're always looking at those around you and where they're at and where they're doing it, blah, 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 you're going to lose your confidence. What we're dealing with right now, one of the things that I'm dealing with is knowing, like what he says, like knowing how I am capable of training, knowing where I was at one point in time, getting in the gym and like feeling like a rookie again. It's like confidence in knowing like it doesn't matter how people look at you. It doesn't matter what people are thinking. They're not the judge of like your athleticism, and they don't know your journey. And so the fact that you're doing it again, and I mean, you can take the time and it's like they'll see, like eventually. I experienced this when I was working at Gold's Gym. I didn't have like the best physique, but the moment the opportunity presented itself, I was like, wow, you're really like dropping a lot of weight. Like you're really, it's like, yeah, I do this. I don't look like it right now. And that's another thing. Sometimes we're like caught up with how we look, that we're not in tune with how we're feeling or how much we're progressing. So just keep the vision in mind, know that you're going to get there, and then be consistent.
Last major point that falls in line with consistency, hello little lady, is track your progress. Write it down. When you are starting up again, this kind of ties in line with the last point, but when you're starting up again or you're new or fresh, it is hard to determine if you are progressing or not. So recording your sets, recording your reps, taking bi-weekly, weekly, or how often you measure, doing that on a consistent basis to determine if what we're doing is effective or not is going to benefit you from a psychological standpoint. It's going to show you, hey, numbers on the line are getting better, I'm getting stronger, more endurance, slimmer, bigger, whatever it may be. And I'm doing so in a consistent enough fashion to measure what is working and what is not. That's big point 3.
Sorry, y'all. I was just talking to him about showing up and having posture and not being lazy, and I could just feel the laziness just brewing in this room. So we're cutting all of the crap and letting y'all know, because guess what? Now we're accountable.
We are doing ourselves, yes. It's the beauty about
and this is how we help you guys help us help you. Because we're here for you.
Either way, we're coming close up on our time for the video. That being the case, thank you guys for tuning in. I hope these points helped you all with all of her excitement and enthusiasm with it. Share this video with someone who needs it. Like it, comment, subscribe to the channel, y'all. Come on, show some support and some love. That all being said, we'll catch you guys in the next video. Peace.